I hurt my chest. Okay. What's up, fans? Welcome to another double feature review of Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Warning, there will be spoilers a bit in this video. A bit coming up right now. And I hope you guys enjoy the show. Alright, quiet on set. Scene 1, take 1. Action. Now, also before I get on with the video, stay tuned for at the end of the video for a special message, an announcement that I have for you guys. So yeah, let's get on with the show. So first, let's get on with Avengers Infinity War. Now, Avengers Infinity War is directed by the Russo brothers. Once again, I'm not going to mention all the actors, but I'm going to mention the main ones. It stars Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, and Josh Brolin as Thanos. So if I have any, let's just get on to the negatives that I actually have with this movie. Now, if I had any negatives with this film, it'll have to be, yeah, really, I don't really have much negatives actually. Maybe a nitpick or so. Near the end of the third act, when you really think that the world's gonna be saved, something stupid happens, and I'm just like, well, that was stupid, but then again, it's understandable, but then again, it's still stupid, but then again, understandable, but then again, stupid, but then again, understandable. I'll get on to that later. Now let's get on what I really like. Once again, the cinematography is great, the CGI is, I mean, I just love how grand this film looks. Again, a lot of MCU films have phenomenal cinematography. It looks bigger than it looks. The CGI is great. It's actually pretty nice for even though it was rendered in 2K. Still looks really nice and realistic sometimes. The action is phenomenal. It gets you right into your seat, man, especially in every single act. Even though when there's slow moments, you're like, yeah, man, I'm getting invested. Oh, so the story is about, so there's a villain that basically has been organizing this whole plan throughout the entire franchise known as Thanos, who is a Titan from the planet Titan. And he's on a quest finally to get all of the Infinity Stones all at once. And man, oh boy, does he kill everybody in sight. And now the Avengers, even though they're separated, they gotta find a way to work together and defeat Thanos before he gets all the Infinity Stones. The acting is once again amazing. Of course, every actor, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Josh Brolin especially, they all do a great performance. Especially Josh Brolin, like holy crap. Like, even though like they kind of CGI'd him, he looks like Grimace, even though that's how Thanos looks in the comics. He steals the show. Like everything you see in the movie, like every time you see Thanos, he's all eyes on him. I also I understand, even though that mass genocide is not the way, I understand why Thanos really wants to, why he's planning to eradicate half the universe. Well, I do understand what he's trying to say. I'm not saying, I'm not condoning it, but the thing is, the way I understand why. I mean, when I understand why he's doing it, like once he explains why he's doing it, you understand. But then again, it doesn't justify him committing all this shit. My boy Spider-Man, my favorite superhero of all time, Spider-Man. Tom Holland, man, you do a great job there. I mean, I love this line that he says, "What's the point of being an Amazing Spider-Man? There's no neighborhood to save." I mean, my favorite is Tobey Maguire. I mean, I'm a Tobey Maguire kid, but Tom, man, I can see why you want to team up with, I can see why you want Tobey Maguire as your uncle in the movies, man, because you are his successor, even though that you stand on your own. I love you, man. By Alan Silvestri, once again, he always does a great freaking performance with everything. It's awesome. So now let's get on to a spoiler that I love about the movie. Well, that I actually, you know, want to talk about. So at the end of the third act, well, basically around the third act, that's when Thanos is fighting everybody on Titan. Doctor Strange basically shows the whole, oh, I've looked at many realities and, you know, to see which reality we win in. And then Tony's like, which reality we win? One. I was like, oh shit. So in every other reality, are you telling me that Thanos gave them the hand? Like he gave them this hand? Oh no, man. Like, bruh, that is crazy, man. You guys better not F this up. And there's an intense scene in Titan where Thanos comes in and everybody's giving him it all. Tony's giving him all. The Guardians of the Galaxy is giving them all. Man, and I mean, Gamora's dead, so yeah. And Doctor Strange is doing his best. Spidey's doing his best. Man, Like Thanos throws a moon at Tony, and then just they use, and freaking Doctor Strange is using all his reality fight powers to fight him, and boy, is great. And then they had him, like, Mantis had him right there, and then they almost got the gauntlet out, like Tony and Peter almost got the gauntlet out, and then all of a sudden, like, Mantis says that he's in mourn, and then freaking Star-Lord was like, where's Gamora? And then Nebula came in, and she was like, she's like dead, like he killed her. It was like, and then Star-Lord snaps and he hits Thanos, and then boom, knocks Mantis out. And then as they almost had the gauntlet out, boom, he just yanks it back in, and then he gives everybody the hand. Doctor Strange gives him the time stone, and then he heads on over to Wakanda, and boom, he's giving everybody the hand, and he's basically, and then like Wanda, Scarlet Witch, freaking looking all hot and everything like that, just destroying the Mind Stone out of Vision, and then all of a sudden she kills him successfully, you know, with a great cause, and because the love of her life is dead. But then Thanos has the Time Stone, he reverses time, and then he kills Vision, and with the Mind Stone intact, plants it on the gauntlet, and then Thor comes in like, oh shit, Thor's got it, and then boom, he hits him. I tell you, you'll pay for that. Like, he just smushes the axe in his chest, screaming, and then he was just like, you should have aimed for the head. And then what happens? Snap! He snaps his fingers. All right, I'm not gonna have this gauntlet all day on me, so ooh. No, now I'm just gonna use my hands from now on. And boy, he had that shot. I'm like, oh no, you should have went for the head, and everybody disintegrates. Holy shit. Man, that was a lot of intense. That intense fight, war fight in Wakanda was all for nothing. Our heroes lose. Talk about subverting our expectations. But then again, I expected them to lose, because I mean, come on. It's Infinity War. And they said it's gonna be like a two-parter. And speaking of two-parters, let's get on to Avengers Endgame. Once again, Avengers Endgame is directed by the Russo brothers. Once again, it stars Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, Brie Larson as Captain Marvel for like 5 minutes, and Josh Brolin as Thanos. But then again, Thanos is not in this one much. So now the movie, this one takes place right after the events of Infinity War. This is not much of a spoiler or whatever. They go after, right after they lose, they go after Thanos, where he is retiring right now, after he snapped his fingers. And then they successfully get him, they cut his hand up, but they find out that the stones are not there. Then he just like, I used the stones to kill the stones. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you guys are F. No, you can't, no, it's over. It's over, you guys. It's over. And yeah, he admitted defeat. Not until Ant-Man comes back from the quantum realm, and he says, I've been in there for 5 years, and it doesn't feel like that. Like, his daughter Cassie's all grown up and that. Oh man, last time we seen her, she was a baby, she's a little girl. Sorry, that's the wannabe daddy in me. So then now this is, you find out that they can time travel and stuff like that. They find a way. They try to come up with a plan to time travel to get all the Infinity Stones. They bring everybody back, snap their fingers and bring everybody back. Tony was against this, but then once he finally, like in a couple of minutes, just figures it out. There you go. Like they come up with a plan to go back in time to the major events of the entire MCU franchise, and then try to get all the Infinity Stones to stop Thanos once and for all. So if I actually had any problems with the movie, yes, I do. Actually, I do have problems with this film, even though that they don't really hurt much for me, because when I think about it, I just shrug it off, is some of the time traveling logic behind it. So basically, they go back in time to get all the stones or whatever, but then again, since they do say, well, they did say it's not going to affect this, and they say that Back to the Future's BS, which, when they go back to the stones, what's gonna happen to that reality without that stone for a couple of times? I mean, I know that at the end, you know, they're gonna what if, because they go back in time and that is in the past. Don't you think that a lot of the characters in that movie that are gonna get affected with these stones missing? And yeah, that's it. Let's get on to what I love. I actually love the pacing in this movie, even though it's a 3-hour and 1-minute movie. It doesn't feel that way. It actually feels pretty fast. The acting was once again amazing. Once again, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Josh Brolin, Mark Ruffalo, and And Brie Larson, they all be great performance. Yes, I actually like Brie Larson in this one. I liked her a bit more here than in Captain Marvel. I like Captain Marvel, but I liked her performance here better in Captain Marvel because she actually emotes more in this one. Yeah. Once again, I love the action, especially in the third act when the whole thing gets thrown down. The rematch against Thanos. We all know it's a rematch against Thanos. And man, it is amazing. The CGI is pretty good. It does look off in some scenes, but you know, even though it's just shot on 2K, the resolution is in 2K, it still looks pretty good. I like how they go back in time to all the major events of the original movies. It's actually pretty awesome. Once again, the score, Alan Silvestri does a phenomenal job with the score, making it seem that everything is on the line. And I love the song titled Portals. It's beautiful and it's amazing. It actually, like, aside from being the third act finale song, it actually showcases everything that's phenomenal about the MCU. And the end credits amazing. I love how it's like a curtain call scene. It's awesome. So now let's get on to spoilers that I really freaking love. Black Widow is dead. I don't know how they're gonna bring her back, but whatever. Black Widow, oh, my homegirl, she's gone. But hey, she's coming back. She's still having her movie this year, and man, I'm like, it's about time. And the third act, once they successfully get all the stones, and then Hulk snaps his fingers, which I love. I actually like Hulk in this one. I actually really like the combination of Bruce Banner and Hulk together, and I actually didn't mind Fat Thor, honestly. A friend of mine, Donald, that, well, at least this film captures post-traumatic stresses or depression, was captured right, and yeah, they captured it right with Thor. And at the end of the movie, it's just everybody is just together. All the men, women, and everything else are together to fight against Thanos' army. And boy, oh boy, I saw this at an early screening, and a buddy of mine, Isaiah, we were watching the movie, and well, once we heard a radio call from Cap saying, "Cap, on your left," and I'm like, is that Sam? Falcon? And then the portal opens and holy shit, you see T'Challa, Black Panther coming out, and you're like, oh my god, it's T'Challa! And then shows like the Guardians, and it shows like, yeah, Spider-Man soon, and you're like, oh my god, it's Spider-Man! And then we see, oh my goodness, and then we see like Wakanda come back, guys, Wakanda! We were all screaming, and then a lot of our work buddies were looking at us like, hey, yo, man, shut the up, man. And we're like, hell no, man, we fanboy now, man. Okay, I wasn't that thug right there, but yeah. And man, everybody was throwing down, and the scene, it was just getting intense, where freaking Thanos has the gauntlet, and then he's about to snap, and then Captain Marvel stops him, but then he grabs the power stone, and this bam, just knocks her out. And then freaking Doctor Strange was looking at Tony, he's like, oh no. Really, this is one last chance. And then Tony just tries to grab the gauntlet out of Thanos and just punches him out. And then he's just like, I am inevitable. I'm like, holy shit, the stones! Tony's got the stones, and he has the stones, and then just gets on his gauntlet, and he's just like, well, his glove, and he's like, I am Iron Man. Like, oh damn! And then I'm like, oh wait, he's gonna die, and he dies. And what a sad but bittersweet ending, especially how before he died. Like, I think he knew he was gonna die, or if he does die, he recorded this recording of a little speech that he made. And then he knows, I think he knows that his daughter is watching, and he just looks, and he's just like, I'll live with 1,000. And I'm like, well, that just hit me hard. Again, the wannabe dad in me loves it. I just love this stuff. The dad in me loves it as well. But yeah, what a bittersweet ending for an 11-year series. So if I were to rate Avengers Infinity War, once again, I have to rate it a perfect 5 out of 5. It is amazing. And for Avengers Endgame, I will also rate it a perfect 5 out of 5. It is awesome. So yeah, that's my thoughts for Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. It's awesome. I love them. So now to get on to my important announcement. Next video, it'll be a movie on August 9th. I'll upload it on August 9th of this month. This movie basically was a surprise hit, and it's the 1-year anniversary of this film. It is actually Dora and the Lost City of Gold. I'll do my best to make it fun and entertaining for you guys. And also, next week, I'm gonna make a special announcement video, because I'm gonna marathon, well, I already seen these movies a lot of times, but I'm actually gonna do marathon reviews of this small little franchise that you guys may or may not have heard about. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you guys share with your friends. And make sure you guys hit that bell for notifications. So this is Javi from Javi Productions signing off, and I hope you guys enjoy the show.